testing the mic to see if it's working because I forgot to plug it in. It should be. Welcome to the channel and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well today. Maybe I can catch myself live on here if I look. That's not the right one. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Anybody here yet? Not yet. Okay. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check is working. Let me give myself some love. Mic check is working. I'm so goofy. I'm so goofy. If you only knew how goofy I can be. Alright, let's turn that off. So, I have somebody joining me. Thank you for being here. I hope you will like the video, subscribe to the channel. Come see me sometime. I'd love to have your company. I'll feed you. Show you around town, some southern hospitality. Today's video is called Even Angels Cry. So we're going to find out why Spirit is saying that, because I'm curious myself. I'm going to put these rocks up. Hopefully I've got them all. Yeah, got them all. How have you been? Talk to me in the comments if you want to. You don't have to. You can just sit there and watch. You don't have to say a word. I can't tell who you are. I can never tell who's watching. Only that there are people. Thank you for... Oh, hi. How are you, sweetie? How you doing? You doing okay? Thank you, baby. Thank you. I'm doing okay. My glasses broke. So I'm having to wear an old pair. And that's why they look different. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm here to do a reading, but I'm happy to answer questions first. If you want me to do some Q&A, do you guys prefer Q&A, free Q&A, or do you like my general readings? Thank you, sweetheart, for the compliment. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. What's the matter, baby? You had an accident because of a girl. What happened? What happened, baby? Talk to me. I'm here for you. You want to tell me about it? Or you want to talk to me about it in private? Because I do have my phone number in the description box. But I actually need to change that number. Because if you want to get me on WhatsApp, you'll have to get me on WhatsApp at 252-290-1986. Okay? So, write that down if you're interested in talking to me on WhatsApp. 252-290-1986. Absolutely. Yes, I would love to talk to you guys. That's why I'm giving you my number. I'm here for you. And that's why I'm here. And I want to say thank you to my dear friend Knox, who's been watching me for many years now. He sent me a $25 Apple gift card to help me in my time of distress. Because I recently had an accident, was diagnosed with bone marrow cancer, found out that it's probably lupus, and got terminated wrongfully from my job that I was making around $70,000 a year. Went from that to zero. And so I am in jeopardy of pretty much losing everything I have. And every job that I apply to, they don't hire me. And I used to be able to get jobs like 3 a week. because I have a lot of experience and I have a high education. I have a master's degree. Most people in my field only have a bachelor's. So the fact that nobody will hire me tells me that they've blacklisted me because I was working for the highest agency you could work for in the state. So I don't want to have to, but I'm going to have to hire an attorney. But that's going to take a while. It doesn't happen overnight. And in the meantime, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm scared, you know? And you guys are going through stuff, and we can go through it together. I'm here for you. You got my number, 252-290-1986. Just let me know who you are when you send me the WhatsApp message. Tell me how we met, and I'll be happy to spend time talking to you because I don't have anything else to do right now except be there for you, and I'm happy to do that. It gives me something to do and it gives me purpose, okay? All right. So, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I will do free question and answers for you. I don't mind doing that. If you want to donate money, you're welcome to. You can either donate by doing like a super chat or a super thanks, but you don't have to, so I don't want you to feel obligated. Especially if you don't have it, okay? Now, if you got many, many millions of dollars in the bank and you want to throw some money in my account, go for it. In fact, you can actually get up with me in private and I'll tell you how to send it straight to my Cash App. But I don't expect that to happen. I'm not looking for that to happen. I'm not here for that to happen. I'm here to get a message from Spirit because my real help is going to come from Spirit, and so is yours. Okay? And even angels cry. So, sadness is a natural emotion, and we have sadness when we go through tough times. What did you lose in the accident, baby? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Who's calling? I'm in the middle of a YouTube video right now.
John Bobby.
Who?
John Bobby.
How may I help you?
Um, I was gonna talk about your credit card information.
My credit card information. We don't talk about that.
It seems like someone's spending a lot of money on your credit card.
I feel like you need to get your head examined. Go see a psychiatrist and get on some medication, okay?
No,
You're trying to be funny because you just heard my number on YouTube, asshole. What a dummy. Some people are really immature and they don't know how to handle real life situations because some of us are going through real life situations. Okay, well, hit me up when you have a chance on that at that number that I just gave out. That some immature person just called while they were watching. I guess now they're gonna blow my phone up the whole time I'm trying to do YouTube. Yeah. My phone's gonna take care of it, don't worry. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna talk to you about the title. Okay, the way it works here, I'm a medium. I do read cards, but I'm actually a medium. So the cards might mean one thing one day and one thing another day because I'm reading the energy and I'm listening to spirit. Okay. But I get songs from spirit, and when spirit gives me a song, it shapes the reading. So that's why let me let me block this person. Okay. I'm not going to be mean because they might need something, but they need to stop calling while I'm doing my video. Okay. All right. Even Angels Cry by Jelly Roll. That's who sings it, okay? Even Angels Cry. He's calling me daddy. What a weirdo. Okay. He sounds like my kind of guy, though. All right, let's see. This is how the song goes, and it shapes the reading. Keep that in mind now. It's going to shape the reading, okay? And if you like the video, please make sure you like it and subscribe if you haven't already. It's getting really hard just to live these days. My life is a blur. I can't see straight. It's hard to play the hand that was dealt to me. The past I'm running from won't set me free. I don't think I'll ever change these ways. I'm sorry, I took a wrong turn and now I'm lost. Smoke still burns on every bridge I cross. I've been down this road before. It's just not what it seems. I've learned every open door isn't always what you need. Poverty led to follow dreams. I watch them fall like autumn leaves. And honestly, even angels cry. Even angels cry. Even angels cry. I've been feeling pressure and I've been feeling reckless since I was an adolescent. I could snap at any second. Long nights and Adderall, cocaine and alcohol. Mind racing, my heart's dribbling like a basketball, and I feel like I'm going insane. When I'm knowing there's no way I will change, the angels that used to lead me, now they torture my soul, feeling confusion as I'm moving towards this fork in the road. Took a wrong turn and now I'm lost. Smoke still burns on every bridge I cross. This guy's got to go. Block. Block. Okay. He's sending me pictures of me online. I'm like, what the hell? Took a wrong turn and now I'm lost. Smoke still burns on every bridge I cross. I've been down this road before. It's just not what it seems. I've learned every open door isn't always what you need. Poverty led me to follow dreams. I watched them fall like autumn leaves. Sorry, I had to go back because he was. That's part of the reading, though. Part of the reason why you can't concentrate is because some asshole who's childish won't leave you alone. There's people in your life that have done you wrong, and they continue to rub it in your face that they're going to continue to do you wrong. Poverty led to follow dreams. I watched them fall like autumn leaves. And honestly, even angels cry, even angels cry, even angels cry, even angels cry. So this guy had a pretty rough upbringing. Some of you may have come up in homes with poverty. Some of you may be living in those homes now. I know I am, and I'm not used to it. And it's scary because I don't know what's going to happen to me. And you might be feeling the same way. And I hope that we're here because Spirit is going to give us some hope today that things will be getting better. Okay? So let's take some time to find out why even angels cry. Sweet Tea for the Soul. This is a book I picked up at the farm and garden store or somewhere for $7.79. It was just something I picked up, but it's worked. I've been using it for a long time in these readings, and it always flows with the reading. And Spirit told me to use it. All right, Sweet Tea for the Soul, Spirit. What would you give us? What is it we need to know about Sweet Tea for the Soul? How is this gonna be associated with even angels cry? The church with the golden hand. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. Proverbs 11:30. Completed in 1860, the First Presbyterian Church of Port Gibson's most notable feature sits atop a magnificent steeple, a golden 11-foot tall metal hand, the index finger pointing upward toward heaven. The church pastor, Reverend Zebulon Butler, faithfully served his congregation for over 3 decades. He was known for his fire and brimstone sermons, which he often accentuated by jabbing his index finger. Have you ever seen a preacher do that? I have. They do that a lot in the South. Towards heaven, like a quivering compass needle. For years prior to the Civil War, he encouraged congregations to build a new church. But sadly, he died on the eve of the unveiling. In fact, the first service in the new sanctuary was his memorial service. The congregation decided to honor their beloved pastor with a symbol of his well-remembered gesture, a fitting tribute to Reverend Butler, who served his congregation and his God with all his heart. Faith check. The calling of every believer is to be a pointer, to offer direction to those who are lost. That the way to heaven is through a door whose name is Jesus. And I believe that with all my heart. To be a soul winner is the happiest thing in this world, Charles Spurgeon. And Charles Spurgeon was a very, very well-known theologian. So, Reverend Butler, we remember you by pointing up to heaven and saying, that is where our hope is. Our hope is in Christ. Our hope is in Jesus. And if you don't believe in Jesus, that's okay. You don't have to. But Spirit is saying to someone, your hope is in Jesus. Okay? Our hope is in Jesus. It's the only hope we have. And one thing that you have to understand about Jesus is that people like Reverend Butler, maybe he did devote his life to brimstone, fire and brimstone preaching, which I don't believe in, because Jesus was not a fire and brimstone preacher. Jesus was the kind of person who would get involved with people, and he would meet them where they were in life, and he would love them where they were in life. He went into bars. He went into pubs. He went into places where people were drinking and spent time with them to tell them that he cared about them, that he cared about what happened to them, and that he had come to save them. And I recently read a scripture, and I think it merits reading it again. It's a very, very popular scripture, but a lot of people forget. When you read scripture, one thing you have to remember, I've had this Bible a long time and it's falling apart, like literally falling apart. But one thing you have to remember is when you read scripture, you can't just cherry pick. You can't just pick scriptures out and say this, because it has to be taken in context, okay? And there's a lot that's not in here. If everything that Jesus said was written down, the world could not contain the books that would be written. And it says in here that he is the Word. And so Jesus, when he spoke, was the Word. So everything that came out of his mouth was scripture. Okay? That's what you have to understand. So we don't know everything. We only know what's in here. And in my opinion, some has been taken out and some may be put in. But we've found some that was taken out. We found the book of Noah. We found the book of Mary. And they were in a Dead Sea Scroll with part of the book of Isaiah. And so whoever put them in there intentionally let us know this is part of what goes in. But there were several letters taken out from the Catholic Church. And the person who made the book was an atheist. And he only made it to control the Christians so that they would pay taxes to him. So it's important that you know your history, okay, when it comes to the scriptures. But the scripture I want to read to you is a very popular one. You probably know it by heart if you know anything about scripture. And it's found in John. Guess what chapter it is? Can anybody guess what chapter it's in John? It's the most popular verse in the Bible, I believe. John 3:16. Okay? So we're going to read John 3:16. But we're not going to stop there. Because if you stop there, you stop short. You need to make sure you read it all. Okay? So John 3:16. Where's it at? For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. Okay, that's John 3:16. That's beautiful, right? As long as you believe in him, you're not going to perish. You're going to have eternal life. The thief on the cross beside Jesus, he was crucified between two thieves. And one of the thieves on the cross was like, who cares? He's hanging here just like we are. He was pissed because he was dying. And the other thief was saying to Jesus, this man has done nothing wrong. And Jesus looked at him and said, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. So all he had to do was believe. And he didn't even have to say he believed. He just had to realize that Jesus was no one who had ever sinned. He just had to realize that Jesus hadn't done anything wrong and he was being killed for it. He didn't know that Jesus was the Son of God. He knew very little about Jesus. But if you keep reading and you don't stop at 3:16, 3:17 says it all. 3:17. God did not send his Son into the world to condemn it, but to save it. So preachers like the one that we just read about, you're going to go to hell if you don't repent. They didn't even understand something as simple as John 3:16 and 17. Because what that says to me is all you have to do is believe, and that Jesus is not here to condemn you, but to save you. He didn't come, and he's still here. And the way he's still here is through the Spirit. And that's what works through me. I have spiritual gifts given to me by God, by the Holy Spirit. Those are the gifts that are given to me. Am I perfect? No. But he didn't come to condemn me. He didn't come so I could be perfect. If I could be perfect, guess what? He wouldn't have had to come, because I could have done it on my own. He came because he knew we would never be able to do it on our own. And so what he did for us was a gift that's freely given to us if we'll just believe that it's true. Okay? So if you've never heard that, you've heard it now. All right. Now, I want to find out why angels cry. Because for some reason right now, the angels are crying, and we don't understand why. Spirit, something's going on in our lives that's making the angels cry. I'm being told to use this deck right here. It's called the Divine Energy Oracle deck by Sonia Shusette. And we're going to find out how Spirit's working in our home lives, work lives, surprise, love life, our role, and the outcome, okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video. Thank you for being here. God bless you. All right, reach for the stars and take the lead at home, okay? I know myself, I've done a lot of crying today because I was supposed to start a job in the next couple weeks, and they decided they're going to go on vacation, so it's pushed it out to about 2 months. And I can't make it that far. I'll never make it that far. Not without a divine intervention. And I think Spirit was saying to me, you're going through a lot, and it's okay to cry. I gave you tears so that you could release your emotions. And you're sad, you're scared. And there's a lot of other people who are too. And I want you to talk to them that it's okay to cry. So if you've been crying, it's okay to cry. It's okay. Even the angels cry. Spirit says you need to retreat and stop taking the lead. So maybe you need to stop worrying so much about how you're going to figure this out and just relax. Just take a deep breath, relax, and let Spirit take control. I don't know. We're going to find out. I have no idea. Do all things in moderation. Jelly Roll is about recovery, right? We know that he had an addiction. He said that he did cocaine and Adderall. Maybe some of you are going through that same kind of addiction. Maybe you use Adderall so you can get all your work done because you have so much going on in your life and you've become addicted to that. Maybe you use it so you can get your schoolwork done. I've heard of a lot of children that go to college and they get hooked on Adderall because it helps them to concentrate. You're not able to take the lead because you can't do things in moderation. You have to do things in moderation. Can't do everything at once. You have to do things in moderation, okay? All things are okay in moderation. Everything that was created by God. There's nothing that was created naturally in this world. I just heard something move over there. Did y'all hear that? My dog's laying down. He's not moving. I just heard something move over here. There's somebody in the room with me. Angels and spirit guides, can you please protect me, lead, guide, and give me the answers that are needed so that we can move forward past this place in our lives where it feels like we are sinking. We feel like without a divine intervention, we are going to go under. And some of us are already halfway there. Spirit, without you, I am nothing, and I surrender myself to you to be used as a vessel by you, as a mouthpiece to speak to your people, to prophesy to your people. Give me the words, give me the wisdom, and give me everything that I need because I am nothing without you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, show us at home what we need to know, Spirit. Why are the angels crying? Because we need to make a plan. And right now your vibrations are low and you're not able to keep commitments. You want to go for your dreams, but you're not able to keep your commitments and your vibes are low. You need to make a plan if you want to go for your dreams. You have to make a plan if you want to go for your dreams at home, okay? There's a need for a plan. You have to come up with a plan for your dreams, okay? Figure out what your dreams are first and then make a plan. And you're not keeping your commitments because you can't raise your vibration. You've got to raise your vibration. You've got to get your vibes up high. And the way to do that is through meditation and through, sometimes you have to get Reiki if your vibes are really low. But right now you aren't able to, you need to keep your commitments and raise your vibes. That's what I'm seeing so far. Because if you'll make a plan to go for your dreams, I think you can accomplish that at home. Okay? But maybe not. We're going to see. We're going to pull more cards. All right. If you don't have a job and you're not working, this can be how Spirit's working in your life. Okay? So take it however it fits your situation. Always. All right. How are you working and how are you working in our work lives right here? Okay. Spirit is saying to us tonight that it's time for some of us to address our addictions. We have addictions. That can be social media, sex, gambling, scratch-offs, drugs, alcohol, money, food, caffeine, nicotine, weed, and be decisive about it. So you have to make a decision to address your addictions. That's what's going on at work. For some of you, work is your addiction. All you ever do is work. And see, that was my problem. My entire life, since I was 13 years old, all I've ever done is work. When I was 13 years old, I started working in a tobacco field so I could buy school clothes, so I could have name brand clothes like the other kids at school. Because my daddy died when I was 10 and my mama raised us on his Social Security and on her income while she went to school at night. So basically, I raised my sisters because my mama was never around and my daddy was dead. And then my sister, my baby sister, when she was 15, she had just turned 15, 3 days after her 15th birthday. She died in a car accident. So that was like losing my child. And after her death, I had been going to church and was heavy in church before my sister died. And when I started having premonitions and dreams about her death about 3 months before it happened, and I couldn't figure out why, and I kept saying, God, why are you telling me this? I'm begging you not to let this happen. And I didn't know which sister because I had two. And the middle sister, I'm the oldest. The middle child was driving also. She and I were the only two that were driving. The baby wasn't driving yet. She hadn't turned 16. But I was a nurse and I was at work one day on a Monday morning, and the director of nurses, I was giving out pills. She called me over the loudspeaker and told me to come to her office. And I didn't go. And one of the nurses walked over to me and said, "You got to go to the nurse's office. The director of nurses is calling you." And I said, "I know she is, but I'm not going." She said, "You have to go. You're going to get in trouble." I said, "I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going." And so the director of nurses came out and she asked me why I hadn't come to her office. She said, "I've called you 4 times. Why are you not coming?" And I said, "Because I already know what you want. Do I need to go to the scene of the accident or to the hospital?" And she said, "How do you know that?" And I said, "Because I've been having dreams about it. And I know one of my sisters is dead. Where do I need to go?" And she said, "Well, your mom said to come to the scene of the accident." I said, "Where did it happen at?" And she told me, and it was right down the road within walking distance of my house here. I didn't live here yet. I still live with my mom. So I started running down the hall, screaming, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." No, I was saying the other one, the 23rd Psalm. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." I was screaming that going down the hall and begging God, "Don't let her be dead. Please don't let her be dead." And my mom called and said, "You need to go on to the hospital." And I said, "Is she okay?" And she said, "No, baby, she's not. She didn't make it." And I just fell apart. And the depression hit me so hard after her death that I couldn't function. And I think it was because the depression from my father's death, that I had never had a chance, because back then we didn't have therapists. There was no such thing as child psychology or play therapy or any of that. You just sucked it up. You just got over it. But you really didn't get over it. You just pretended like you got over it. And the way that you pretended like you got over it is you started using something to cover up the pain. Which is what I did. I started drinking and smoking, and then I started smoking marijuana, and then when I quit, I quit messing with all of it because it wasn't my thing. It just wasn't my thing. But then I had a brother-in-law who got killed in a car accident, and he and I were best friends. We were better friends than my husband. And when he died, my husband and I were living in a mobile home over not far on the next road over. We had a double wide on a piece of land over there, a nice one. It was beautiful. And a friend of ours came over, and I had a migraine, and I was still a nurse. And he said, "I got something for it." Because I was like, "Can somebody take me to the ER? I am dying here." And he said, "I got something for it. It'll help it, and it'll go away quicker than anything at the emergency room." And I was like, "Yes, give it to me, please. What is it?" And he said, "Don't worry about that." And I was like, is it dangerous? And he was like, no, but I got to give it to you in your hip. It's a shot. And I said, is it something your doctor gives you? And I mean, I was ignorant. I didn't know what he was doing. He gave me a shot of heroin. And then he gave me like 3 more bags of it. And he said, if you get any more headaches, just take like a half of it and mix it with water and you can pull it up in a needle. He showed me how with using cigarette cotton. And after I used those 3 bags, I was trying to sleep one night and my legs wouldn't be still. And I started sweating and I started having these chills and sneezing and my nose was running and my stomach was upset. And I said, something's wrong with me. What the fuck is wrong with me? And my husband was going through the same thing because he had given him some too. So we called him and we were like, what is wrong with us? Like, we feel like we're dying. And he said, you're going through withdrawal. You need more. And from there, it turned into a 7 year heroin habit for me. For him, I think he's dead. And for my husband, me and him ended up separating because he ended up using me to get drugs any way he could get them through me. And back then, that song was on the radio, I Can Do Bad All By Myself. And I thought to myself, I can do bad by myself. I don't need to have this man dragging him around, keeping him steady when I can take care of me and fuck him. He can take care of his damn self. Well, I ended up getting in trouble with the law many times for stealing because if you get a heroin habit, it can get up there in the thousands. And this was 27 or 28 years ago before they started selling it with fentanyl. And now it's dangerous. It kills you on one try. So I don't recommend that anybody try anything like that. But for some of you, Spirit is working on you deciding to address your addictions. You could be addicted to anything. It doesn't have to be heroin, but for me it was. And that's why I have a master's degree in human services for addictions and recovery. And I'm like that song, I never feel like I've ever been good enough at any job I've ever worked on. And I've been an overachiever. I've tried so hard to be the best at what I do. And I'm good at what I do. Damn good at what I do. But that's why I'm good at what I do. Because I was trying to outrun my past. And I had been to prison. And I actually got the job working for the contractor for the state, the MCO. And I was climbing a ladder in August to fix a Google Nest camera. And the ladder broke. And when it broke, I fell 12 feet, hurt all of my ribs, bruised them severely on my right side. But I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. It hurt so bad. And then on my right ankle, I busted it open and I had a puncture wound from a long stem rose bush. And I had diabetes at the time. So it ended up causing me to get a bad infection and I almost lost my right foot. Meanwhile, I'm trying to work and I told my supervisor about it and she told me that I could have a reasonable accommodation and that I didn't have to go out and visit any of my clients in October. She said just make phone calls because we were allowed to just make phone calls. And she said for me, for that month, don't go see anybody, just make phone calls, which is what I did. And then in November, I went back to seeing clients, even though my foot was still very bad off, and I was still seeing wound care. And I was also, when I went to the emergency room, they told me that I had bone marrow cancer. So it was in my records where I was sending things to my job to put in my ADA, my Americans with Disabilities Act folder, so they couldn't fire me. That I had bone marrow cancer and that they were testing me for it. and I was in the middle of the testing and had gotten back my results. My blood work showed that I had cancer, but all my tumors were benign and my bone marrow was benign for cancer. So he told me, he said, there's no way that you can have cancer. He said, there's something else going on here, and I'm not sure how, but I'm going to figure it out. Well, he talked to somebody that he had more experience, and he said that one time in his career he had seen that happen, and it was because a lady had lupus. And I had told him in my history that I had been told that I had lupus and that I had Sjogren's disease, Sjogren's, or however you pronounce it, which makes you lose your vision, your hearing, your teeth, and makes you have skin problems. And so a lot of times I've been on here with a lot of, I have a bird, a parrot, and he can make sores. I had to go through the woods to find him the other day, and that was from some briars that got me. But this is little places that he leaves on me from walking on me with his toenails because they need to be trimmed, or his beak needs to be trimmed. And I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but about 2 days ago, he flew away and was gone. And I went to bed that night and I cried my eyes out because he sleeps in the bed with me. And the next morning, when I went outside to holler for him, he came back. So he's here. He's in this cage. I made him stay in his cage. But Spirit is working on you deciding to address your addictions. So I don't know what your addictions are. You could be addicted to pornography. You could be addicted to money. You could be addicted to selling drugs. You could be addicted to sex. You could be addicted to all kinds of stuff. But Spirit wants you to address that because you are covering up pain and trauma. That's the only reason you would do something like that to an extreme. I'm not saying that it's okay to do drugs unless it's legal. It's not legal in this country to do drugs unless you live in certain states and then you can smoke marijuana. I personally think that it should be legal in all. If it's going to be legal in any, it should be illegal in all of them. And in a lot of countries, it is legal. And if that's fine, that's fine. But when a substance or whatever it is that you're addicted to, did you just see something happen behind my back? When something that you're addicted to causes consequences, that's when it crosses the line over into an addiction. Okay? So if you're starting to see consequences in your life, like health problems or whatever that might look like, then it's time to address your addictions. And Spirit's working on that. Okay? All right. Surprises. I'm doing more channeling tonight than anything. The surprise is that you're going to face your adversities. So you have some adversities. You have some hard shit you're going through that you're going to have to face. Surprisingly, you have to face that. Okay? All right. And your love life. That didn't take but a second. In your love life, you have to reevaluate your priorities, but it doesn't look like you're going to. It doesn't look like your love life is much of a priority right now because of whatever's happening with you. You got more going on with you than love. All right, and your role, but some of you might need to. Your role, Spirit is saying that something has happened in your life to give you a wake-up call. Spirit has given you a wake-up call. Something has happened. You wrecked your car because you were drunk or effed up. You've gotten an STD because you sleep with everybody that you see because you have a sex addiction and you have to have sex or masturbate 10 times a day, 20 times a day. This is real life stuff. I've seen it in my career. People that have these situations. But something has caused you to have a wake up call, and you are beginning to explore, I think, how to address these addictions. I think you're starting to realize and put two and two together that your role and spirit helping you is causing you to have to address addictions. That's what I see here. Okay. And what might be our outcome? Damn, that's a lot. You need to retreat, laugh at your demons, accept disappointments gracefully, and realize that right now you can't take the lead. Somebody else needs to take the lead. You need to stop thinking that you know it all and listen to somebody that has more experience, strength, and hope than you do right now. And stop thinking that you can take the lead. You have two ears and one mouth for a reason, so you can listen more than you talk. And you need to put some cotton in your mouth and open your ears and find somebody that can take the lead. You need a sponsor or somebody that has experience. You need a therapist. You need somebody like myself, a life coach. You know, I've been thinking about going into life coaching. I have plenty of education to be a life coach. And I gotta find something to do to pay my bills. And you also need to learn how to nurture yourself first. Because you're always trying to do for others. I always want to do for everybody else. You want to be so nurturing and so compassionate and so loving and so kind. But you can't always be that way. You have to do that for yourself first. You deserve love also. Okay? All right. Let's see what else is maybe going on here. There's a lot going on here. I will say that. What are the vibes at home? Show me what the vibes are at home. Thank you for the likes. I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. All my readings are different. This is a very different reading than I normally do, but somebody really needed to hear this. And I think it's more than somebody. I think it's a whole lot of somebody. I think we all have addictions. I have addictions. At home, the vibe is that there's been gossip. People have been talking about you and all the chaos that you're going through, all the upheaval, the disaster, and the downfall. Shit's falling apart at home, and people are talking about that. And some of them might be at a distance from you. Let's see what they're saying about you. I'm just curious because people will talk about you. Where are my talk about you cards? My gossip deck. I don't know what I did with it. I think I know what I did with it. Hold on. They're down here. All right. What are they saying about the collective when it comes to home? People are talking about you. They're saying you should have used sexual protection. And now you're having family time. So maybe you had a sex addiction for some reason. What else are they saying? That you're sick. Some of you are just sick, like I'm sick. Your downfall is because you're just sick. It's different for everybody, okay? Who else do we have watching? This was a love story once upon a time for somebody. All right. Anything else we need to know? So they're saying that one time I really love that person. You're centered and aligned with the universe. So some people are saying even though you're going through this, you're centered and aligned with the universe. And I know that's true about me. I know that. I haven't done anything wrong. Everything that's happening to me is for shit. And they're saying that they don't hate anything about you and that they don't want to argue with you about this because they feel like that would be wrong. And they're saying that you're busy. You stay busy a lot. And that you, so for some of you, the police were involved. I'm going to go one more time. Only take what resonates for your situation. Some are insecure. One more time, I'm hearing. What else? There's some copycats. Some of y'all might be doing it just because you see other people doing it. And somebody was promiscuous. Copycat can be my twin flame card. Okay, so I'm going to take these up and I'm going to put these away. And our vibe at home is that we're going through chaos right now. And it's because we're having to address addictions. They may not be our addictions. Somebody else could have had one. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I think the lady that fired me, I think she was getting fucked up. And I think she had an addiction. And I think that's why she was treating me the way she was. Because if she'd have been in her right mind, she would have never made up lies about me that I could prove her wrong about. And for every lie she made up, I had proof. Because she was 10 steps behind me the whole time. And when I talked to the attorney yesterday, he said, you have a very open and shut case. Like, they're going to probably try to settle out of court. Because going to court for them would be humiliating after what they did to me. They discriminated against me because of being sick, because of being old, and probably because of being white. Because she was not. She was mixed, and I don't think her white family treated her very well because she didn't treat white people very well. And we like to talk about how black people get prejudiced, but it happens to all of us. You don't have the corner market on it. Alright, what else are they saying? They're saying that you don't have a bad reputation, but you've been an obsessive lover. What else? Or somebody's been an obsessive lover. They're saying you're not a boss daddy. You're not haunted. Somebody's all in your head. You're not holding a grudge. And they can't cock block. And somebody makes fake accounts. Why are they making fake accounts? Because of a queen rising? What does that have to do with fake accounts? Because they can't talk shit to her. No, of course you can't. And you shouldn't. And somebody will say anything or do anything to make up dramatic shit. One more time I'm hearing. Somebody's dodging bullets and they're carless. So you could have been shot at recently. Oh, and somebody even has photo proof of this. So somebody got this on camera. I think somebody was trying to shoot at you and you ran off the road. Yeah, and somebody's been a thief. Or they used to be a thief. Or they were a thief. I don't know. I know I used to be a thief, but it's been many years ago since I've stolen anything. I'm terrified to steal. I'm scared God will get me. Okay, so now we see what's going on with the T and why they're talking about the chaos that's going on at home. So let's go forward with the vibe. What's the vibe at work with the addictions we're addressing? Or is there more that we need to address? What is the vibe at work? These are called What's the Vibe cards. That's why I'm asking what's the vibe, if you were wondering. You're having to be decisive when it comes to addressing addictions. It might not be your addiction. It might be your child's, or it could be a friend's. That's too many cards. What is going on? Thank you. Missing you. Let's talk. I want to have a reunion. So you're not longing for this. There's somebody that's not longing anymore. It's like you've stopped longing for this for some reason. All right. And they're not healing either. It's like you don't miss this person, you don't want to talk to them, and you don't want to have a reunion with them because they need to address their addictions. So this could be somebody completely else besides you. What's up, baby? Huh? I'm doing YouTube live.
Can you answer the FaceTime?
Huh?
Can you answer the FaceTime?
Hold up. Hold on, y'all. My daughter needs me. What's up, baby?
Turn your camera on.
It's not on?
No.
Alright.
Since you're already in there, go ahead and ask them cards when Summer's popping out this baby. Please.
You want to ask the cards about the baby?
I need it out. When she's popping it out.
When is she going to have the baby?
Yes. Yes. Set the phone up.
She's going to have the baby on the next full moon. About the 3rd or 4th of the month.
That's 9 days.
Huh?
That's 9 days away.
When is it due?
Technically, I'm not due till the 17th, but my C-section date is May 4th.
You're going to have it then. You might have it on the 3rd. I feel the 3rd. I'm feeling the 2nd or 3rd. But only because I think the full moon is on the 3rd. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. But you're going to have it on the full moon.
Okay, well, ask them cards. Go ahead and shake them cards out because we're trying to have this baby tonight. I'm having contractions.
You can't have it this early. You can't have it this early.
This is not this early. It ain't that early. Did it actually come out this early? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for helping me find Cosmo. All right, let me ask if you're going to have the baby. Excuse me, y'all. I'll be right back. All right. Is Summer going to have the baby? Is Summer going to have the baby before the 4th? Is Summer going to have the baby before the 4th? It's up to you. Take action.
What the fuck that mean?
In other words, you need to get up and clean house and make some moves. You need to move around and do a lot of moving around if you want to have the baby earlier. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta start walking. You gotta get up and clean the house. Are you nesting yet?
Oh, girl, I've been nesting for like a month.
Okay. Well, you need to start moving around more. You need to go walking more and have some sex.
I was about to say, I'm gonna just go do the dirty and get it over with. This is not my first rodeo. That's how I have win.
That's what you're going to do. It says it's up to you to take action. And you already know what that means. All right. What did I ask just now?
Is she going to have the baby before the 4th?
Okay. Is she going to have the baby on the 4th? Not the right time in reverse. You're not ready.
Whatever. What that mean?
I think it means, yeah, that it'll be the right time and you'll be ready. But it just came out in reverse, which makes me think you're going to have it before then.
Excuse
So
me.
let me ask it again. Is she going to have it on the 3rd? Recovery came out.
I can't have it on the 3rd. That's a wedding anniversary. I can't do that.
Is she going to have it on the 1st?
Okay. But one flew out.
2 came out. Spirit said, stop and get more information. No, you're not having it that day. Is she gonna?
Is Caleb gonna text me back?
Is she gonna have it on the 2nd? Don't be assertive and ask for help from others. So, I think you're probably gonna have it on the whatever that first date I said was. You have to do something though. You need to have sex or walk or do something if you want that baby to come out.
The started contractions to begin.
Maybe all.
Is Caleb gonna text me back? I texted him.
Huh?
I said, is Caleb gonna text me back? I texted him.
Oh God.
You love us.
Caleb texted him back. She texted him.
Oh, it flew out.
It says big happy changes. And
what that mean?
Perfect timing. So let me see if I can find out when. And this is it, because I got people waiting for the reading. When is Caleb going to text Emma back?
Right now.
When you let go and way off in the future in May. So you got to wait a whole month.
It ain't a whole month. That's a couple days, babe.
Could be the end of the month because you got to let go first. If you don't let go, it might be further off. You got to stop worrying about it. You got to let him.
I actually haven't been.
Bullshit. You got to let him go.
Because it's birthday. I only texted him today because his birthday is in 2 days.
I know, but you think about him every day. And you put posts on TikTok every day.
Actually, if you want to get real technical, I have not thought about him in almost a week.
And you also... Bullshit, last night you were taking control of my phone and looking at his TikTok that he's blocked you on.
There was Snapchat, actually.
Snapchat, whatever. And that, I got the card put on, so it worked. The $25 card. The guy sent me. I figured it out. All right, I got to get back to reading.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, ain't nothing stopping you. Just go.
I love you, girls.
Yeah, whatever.
How about send me a donation? You know I don't have a damn job.
How about I got $1.58 to my name right now?
Okay, we'll wait till you get paid. We'll wait till you get paid.
Girl, bye.
Bye, sweetheart. I love you. I'm sorry, y'all. My daughter is a trip. Okay, where were we? Her friend is very, very pregnant and wants to have that baby real bad, but she can't have it until it's time. All right, so you don't want to see this person. You got to face your adversities and reevaluate your priorities. So let's find out what the vibe is. Y'all, I know that was crazy. I'm sorry. My damn daughter. She knew I was doing the video and wanted me to answer a question right then. I'm going to have to talk to her about that. All right, surprises. Oh, wait, the chaos Spirit was like, the chaos has got to go back. All right, what are your surprises? There we go. Oh my God, this is hopeless. You're depressed and suicidal. All right, there's in the description box, there's a suicide hotline number. If you feel like hurting yourself, I need you to ask somebody for help immediately. Immediately. Do you understand me? But somebody is close to you and they're very intimate with you. There's somebody in your life who is depressed and suicidal, but you have intimacy with them. So you have the ability to help this person. And I want you to help this person as much as you can because they need you right now. Okay? All right. Your role. Right now, you can't glow up and you can't recharge. It's like your mind is cluttered. You know, it said that you have to you can't reevaluate. It's like you can't think straight. It's like you got so much on your mind, and I feel you because I've felt that way all day. I felt like I couldn't think straight, that all hell's breaking loose in my life, and I don't know how to stop it, and I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't cause it. And I'm like, God, why would you allow this to happen to me? What are you really doing here? Like, I thought this was going to finally start making sense. It's the end of the month and it's still not making sense. It's getting worse. What is it going to take for it to get better? I'll do whatever I have to do. Just tell me what I have to do. Because I was so confused today. I had no fucking idea how to do it. All right, and what's your role? What's your role? The vibe that's your role. You're gonna have an epiphany. You're gonna have an epiphany, and I had an epiphany today, and I've been looking into it, but I gotta look into it a little deeper, and I'm going to. You're blocked, but you haven't burned all your bridges when it comes to something illegal. If you have a drug problem and you still have drug contacts in your phone, get rid of them. What the fuck are you holding on to them for? So you can get high again? So you can get high again. Throw the whole damn phone away. Get a new number. But these people don't need your number and you don't need theirs. You need positivity in your life. You need people that can raise your vibration just by being around them. And you have somebody, surprisingly, who is very intimate with you. And this doesn't mean sex. This is somebody who has mutual respect, unity, and closeness with you. When you feel lost, depressed, and suicidal, and what's going to be the outcome? You're going to have an epiphany about being blocked. And you're going to realize that you haven't burned all your bridges when it comes to something illegal that happened. It could have been some legal charges. Or in like my case, they did me wrong. They illegally fired me. And I still have a bridge that's not blocked. And it's a lawyer. And I also have a 401k I've been paying in on for 8 years. And the epiphany was that I'm going to figure out how to get to that money so I can save my ass one way or the other. All right, and what's going to be your outcome vibe? Lots of cards are coming out for you. You're going to have a love affair. It's not going to be lust. And you're going to have unhappy times in their family. It's like their family's not going to like you. But you're not hurt by this. You don't care. You don't care if this person's family likes you. Fuck this person's family. Or yours. Whoever's family it is. But it says that you're not happy. And it's causing you not to be able to heal because of your family. It's like your family has drug problems, like your whole family's fucked up. Some of you might need to stay away from your family. Or this person that has this addiction could be your family, and you just need to stay away from them. And you're not shattered over this either. This is not causing you to be shattered. All right, so that's the vibes. That's what we're dealing with when it comes to vibes. All right, what's going on at home? One more round, and then we're going to do some positive stuff. We're going to look at how we can heal from this, okay? At home, what's going on? All right. Fuck feelings. You have logic for a reason, and you don't need to be by yourself right now. You need to have somebody with you, and you don't need to be having sex either. Sorry, Summer. But somebody needs to be with you at all times. You don't need to be alone because you could go in labor at any moment. And fuck your feelings. You have logic for a reason. Use it. Okay? So you might feel like you want something right now at home, but there's a lot of chaos going on, and you need to quit worrying about what you want and let God give you what you need. Okay? All right. Work life. And it looks like it's mostly how Spirit's working in your life. You're not going to be able to work out. So you're not going to be able to go outside and work out, or you're not going to be able to go to the gym. For some reason, Spirit's saying don't work out. Why would Spirit say that? Because that should be good for you. Wait, something's turned over. Hold on. It's time to talk money. So right now we need to talk about money. You don't need to be working out. You need to be talking about money. All right. And what's the surprise? And I'm going to be on the phone tomorrow talking about money, that somebody's going to listen. So surprisingly, when you talk to somebody about money, they're going to listen. All right? And what about your love life? You're going to unplug. In your love life, somebody's unplugging. So they could have you blocked, or they could just not be on the phone right now. They could have the phone turned off. There's no need to worry about the love life. Right? Your love life is not looking all that great right now. I'm just going to be real with you, okay? But it's because you got other shit more important going on than love, okay? All right, and your role? Your role is to keep shit clean. Keep yourself clean. Don't be getting high. And fucking say it. Resentment kills the magic. So there's something you need to say to somebody, and you know who they are and what they need to hear. Okay? And what will be the outcome? Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. And people are messy. Love them anyway. On the bottom of the deck we have, stop trying to control every damn thing. Let shit go and stop being so extra. So somebody needs to control themselves. Have control, like self-control. Not control other people, but you need to control yourself. Control yourself. You're messy. And something's going to happen. A fill in the blank. I don't know what that is. It might be that love affair that you're going to have that's not going to be lust. And you're on the same team. Play like it. Okay, so that's what we got going on. All right, we're going to take these up. My daughter. I didn't even know she watched my videos, honestly. I thought none of my family. Well, I kind of knew that they were aware that they weren't as bad as they thought they were in the beginning. But I didn't know they cared enough to watch. Alright, so let's see how we can not fuck ourselves. Because we can easily fuck ourselves, and we already have in some cases. But this might not be you. It could be somebody in your life. Alright, how do we not fuck ourselves at home? You have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. So stop pretending like you're normal because you're special. You have gifts like your mother before you, or like whoever. your grandmother, maybe both. Stop. For a long time, I used drugs because I didn't know how to be myself. Because people around here think that this is evil. And this is my gift from God. All right, and at work, how do you not F yourself? Look, you remember you weren't going to work out? The reason why you weren't going to work out is because you needed to be working out. And Spirit's saying you do need to work out. Spirit wasn't saying you don't need to. Spirit was saying you're being lazy. Get your ass up and work out. And get more sleep and rest. So you're not getting enough sleep and rest. And you need to start exercising. Get back on your regimen. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You do this all the time. You start them exercises and then you stop. Get your ass back out there in that home gym of yours or wherever you go and exercise. It's good for you. It keeps you fit. It keeps you healthy. And I don't know who I'm talking to because I know I ain't doing exercises. I need to be doing some my damn self. But I have to have a swimming pool because my body is in that bad a shape. All right, surprises. You're going to have a ritual. To experience the magic of life, you must first practice it. So you're going to do something as a ritual. Maybe light a candle. You may do some spell work. What else in case we don't know it? You're going to declutter. Okay? All right, love life. In your love life, somebody's in denial. Denial. To accept a situation to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles or addictions. You hear that? Somebody is in denial about how much they love these drugs. All right, your role is to be kind to people. Be kind. Don't be mean. Be kind. All right, and what's the outcome? That you're going to speak up. You remember? Oh, and there's something else here. You're going to say, oh my God. You're going to speak up, but you're going to say, fuck being nice. It's okay to be nice, but not too nice. Not everybody deserves my kindness. So when I speak up, I'm going to say what I need to say. And I'm going to tell you something. I put in about 5 applications to that place that fired me. And on every one of them at the bottom, I put either give me my job back or I'm taking legal action. Either do the right thing or I'll do it for you. So now they know. And they have good attorneys. But their good attorneys can't do shit with a liar. There's nothing you can do when you have a page full of lies, and I have proof that they are lies. She said I saw none of my clients in November, and I had an app on my private phone that was following everywhere I went on my navigator. Every address of every client on my caseload was on there for the month of November. Some of them twice. I put notes in for every visit, and they were all on my work calendar. They paid me $900 for the month of November for seeing clients. So how the fuck did I not see clients in November? Because you're a fucking liar. And it's okay to speak up and not be nice when someone doesn't deserve your kindness. And some of us are going to create a routine. To have somebody do this to your life and you had no part in it except to try your very fucking best makes no sense to me. I can't make sense out of it. And I'm at the point of losing everything because of a lying cunt. And then on top of that, they've blacklisted me so nobody else will hire me. Because we live in a small community, in the mental health community here, everybody knows everybody. And every time I apply for a job, they tell me, oh, the interview went so great, they're going to hire me. And I never hear back. And then after bugging the shit out of them because they told me they were going to hire me, they tell me they went with another candidate. Somebody's going to pay. Watch what I tell you. Somebody's going to pay out the ass. And I feel that they owe me for every year that I could work until my retirement. And it's not unusual for them to have to do that. So they might want to consider hiring me back and treating me right. Because if they hired me back and treated me wrong, guess what? I would sue them. Because you better believe I'm going to have my back covered. Alright. We're going to try to look at what's going on here, like in a literal sense, because the tarot can show us that. And I want you to take this and I want you to look at it from your situation, from your vantage point, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying, but I want you to understand that this can be spun so many different ways. Tarot is a good tool for looking at specifics. But I'm looking at a lot of different people because a lot of people see these videos when a lot of people share them and I get a lot of views. So I'm hoping that you're sharing them and that you're sticking around because we're getting ready to get into the meat and potatoes of this reading. Okay? Alright, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. How are you working, Spirit, overall, in this situation? Death. Spirit's transforming this situation. When this card comes out, there is a situation in your life that's coming to an end. It's dying. And when it dies, guess what happens? Something new comes to life. So there's something that's being reborn or born. Something is being changed. There's a situation in your life and it has to change. Spirit is determined that it's going to change. Okay? Alright. What is the energy to overcome? What is it that we have to overcome in order for us to have this huge transformation? Because we've been seeing this death card, a Scorpio. Now we have the moon, Cancer. We have Scorpio and we have Cancer. There's a lot of water going on right now. There's a lot of emotion. Have you been emotional today? Have you been crying a lot lately? It wouldn't be unusual with all the stuff that's going on. What the energy to overcome is for you to come out of the moon energy. And you're already out of it. You just need to just get completely out of it. You need to get out of this illusions and not seeing the truth, the denial. Okay? And what's going to pull it together? Strength and bad judgment. So where you used or someone else used bad judgment, it gave you strength. And that's what's going to pull it together. And there's going to be no choice in this matter because it's going to have to happen. All right, so let's see what's going to happen because I have the Rider-Waite, I think Taylor, Rider-Waite, Smith. I always call it Taylor and it's Smith. This is like an original tarot, the one that they first came out with. When they first came out with them. It was first Rider and Waite and then I think Smith. All right, talk to me about death. Why is death here for this collective? May I see, please? There's been a lot of fighting and someone's been manifesting. Or you could be manifesting working together as a group with some other people. Why is death here? What's changing in this collective? May I see, please? The Knight of Wands came out in reverse. So where you were impulsive, you're not going to be impulsive anymore. You're going to stop doing things impulsively. You're going to think them through carefully. You're not going to just jump in and just do things. You're going to think it through real carefully, okay? All right. And how are you coming out of the moon energy? Oh, somebody's bringing some love. Somebody is going to... You remember I said you had somebody that was intimate with you? Well, you felt like things were hopeless. There they are. They're coming with love. They're coming into a place of darkness with you to show you love. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. This could be a Cancer and a Pisces and a Scorpio with Sagittarius. So you're no longer going to be impulsive. You're going to do things with a level head. You're going to think things through. You're going to come up with a plan. You remember you need to come up with a plan? All right. And how is your strength helping to pull this together? Because of you being special. Never surrender to normal. You have special gifts. The High Priestess is the Pisces energy. We have all the water elements. Every water element is on the board. I've never seen anything like this. We have Leo here, and we have Libra here. So there's a Libra and a Gemini. It's water, a little bit of fire, but mostly water. There's enough water to put this fire out. But this Knight of Wands is a fire sign. And strength is a Leo. So we got Leo and Sagittarius here. We have Libra here. We have Scorpio here. Cancer here. And a Pisces. 2 Pisces. All right. So the strength that you have is that you know things other people don't. So this person who used bad judgment, they didn't realize that you knew they were doing that. So why is bad judgment pulling this together? Because that right there is going to be, this person has been pushing a heavy, heavy, heavy load. That could be the addiction. It could be whatever they did that was bad judgment. It's the end of that. Like, they have pushed it as far as they can push it. They can't push it any further. They're done. Instead of having knives in their back, like the swords, like when you feel like somebody's killed you or stabbed you in the back, this is where you feel like you've been having to do it all by yourself and nobody's helping you. You feel like you have nobody to help you. That's how you feel. But that's not true. That's not true. And either you need to realize that by using your intuition, or somebody else knows that that's not true. All right, so what is the truth? Why are you carrying so much? Because of an injustice. That moon, whatever caused this moon energy, this dark shit you've been through, you're almost at the end of it. You just don't realize that. There's the Queen of Wands, and she's fighting. She is fighting her ass off. This could be a Leo or a Sagittarius, but she's had an injustice that's caused her so much darkness, and she has been fighting for her life and feels like she's alone, so she can have her independence. And why is the Gemini, the Lovers, in reverse? That's what you don't see coming. Because you're fixing to have a celebration with your friends. Why are you having a celebration with your friends? What happened that's causing that celebration? There's a King of Wands that's no longer in the picture. What happened to him? So there's a male, a masculine King of Wands. It could be judgment, the truth. Where there was a lie told up here, the truth is coming out, and that King of Wands is going to be out of the picture. And you have really had to defend yourself against this person. Why was the Queen of Wands fighting? It's like a soulmate here. Why was she fighting? Because she wanted somebody to come back. Let me put him back in. She might have wanted him to come back, and he was like, I'm not coming back. I'm using good judgment, and I'm not coming back because I'm tired of pushing this whole load by myself with no help. Who did she want to come back? This is an Aries, a Leo, or... Look. She wanted the Empress to come back. Or somebody did. Why did they want the Empress to come back? Because she was there. She defended them. This is like a mother. Their mother was defending them, and they wanted their mother to come back to defend them. And so, did she? What happened? What happened to the Empress? Did she come back? She was watching patiently. She was patiently watching or thinking, about how she could come back. All right, outcome of her patiently watching. She started looking for a way. She was at a crossroads. What way did she go at the crossroads, this Empress? She came out of denial. She had a tower moment. She needs some rest. She's reevaluating everything. She's looking for what to do next to bring her happiness. She doesn't want to have to take a risk, and she's defending herself. How does she get her happiness? How will she get her happiness, this Empress? Oh my God. Y'all are not going to believe what I just got. There's going to be somebody that's going to fall in love with her. This mother that defends you is going to have an affair. Why did I say an affair? She's going to have a love. Somebody who cares about her. Now I got to know who it is. Who is this that's going to be with her? Who is going to be with the Empress? Who is the new love of the Empress? The Star came out in reverse. And the Page of Cups. So Aquarius is here. Alright. It's somebody you don't think there's any hope for. Who is it? You feel like there's no hope for this person to come back. This could be a recommitment to love. This could be a baby. There he is. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's a King of Pentacles. And he felt like he was stabbed in the back. Like he missed an opportunity because he was going too slow. And he was too afraid. And he was doing stuff that was deceptive. So this person did a lot of effed up shit to this Empress. And he's the one that's going to come be in love with her. He hurt her. He broke her heart. That's why there's no hope. That's why there's no hope. That's why she thinks there's no hope for him to come back. because of all the shit that happened. I don't know if she did it to him or he did it to her, but it's showing up next to him. So I'm assuming that he did it to her. Alright, so what's going to be the outcome between these two? Because that King of Pentacles can become an Emperor if he steps the fuck up. What's going to be the outcome for this love? This is going to be a beautiful love. Somebody's going to get left out, okay? Who's going to get left out? Somebody's getting left out here. Somebody's been left out in the cold because of a lie, okay? We know that. All right, so what's going to be the outcome for the love affair and the King of Pentacles? What's going to happen with him? It's going to lead him to a lot of emotional fulfillment. And can you show me who it's with? It's somebody that they worked with that's the Queen of Cups. It's that Scorpio right there. At one time, they were very impulsive with this person and mistreated them severely. But now, this is somebody they work with that really doesn't even love them. And there's also a Leo involved. So how are they going to end up together with the Empress? That's what don't make sense. Maybe she's pregnant? Why is the Empress there? Who is she going to end up with? Because the King of Pentacles is going to end up with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups came out. There's going to be a wheel. There's going to be an argument that's going to cause a wheel. And somebody's being manipulative. Our outcome of the wheel. So there's going to be a wheel too. Wow. I don't have that many cards left. I don't understand this relationship. The King of Cups he hates you, but he wants to help you. Why does he hate you? He's not in love with you, but he wants to be benevolent. Why does he not love you? Somebody loves you. Show me who this is. Because you ended it with him because he hurt you. Okay, he was trying to help you, but you ended it with him because he hurt you. He lied to you or he deceived you or something. He broke your heart. And this caused you to be more unstable. So who is this new love? I haven't seen her new love yet. Somebody lied to her and caused her more losses. This Empress has been through hell. I honestly don't see her having anybody, but there's a new love coming. They're just not showing up yet. There is a new love coming for this Empress. She's having to be patient for some reason. And she is being patient. Very patient. And somebody's spying on her. And this Queen of Wands right here, this could be her. And she's been fighting to become an Empress. And she wants somebody to come back to her. And we saw that there was a King of Cups. That could be who she wanted to come back. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull all the cards back together. And I'm going to see if I can find out. Justice just fell out on my leg. Why is the Empress showing up with new love in a relationship but no man? Because of something being over because of a lie. So she might not want to be with this person because they lied to her. Who is coming to be in love with the Empress? She might not want it. That might be what the problem is. There it is again. There's a Page of Cups. Somebody wants to show her love, but she's defending herself. Why is she being so defensive? I think she's been lied to a lot by people, and people have been pretending to be who they're not. There's the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So she has been soul searching about how she was really excited and thought that this person was going to bring balance to her life. And she was really looking for this person to come. And they came, but they brought deception, lying, stealing, conniving. So now she doesn't want it. It's like, I don't want anything you have. It could be a Virgo, but this woman don't want anything from this man because she feels like he's a total fraud. How does this man feel about her? Spirit said, not that deck. There's that Three of Cups again that was on the bottom of the deck a while ago. How does this man feel about this Empress? He's receptive. He feels misunderstood. And he has unconditional love for her. And he wants to confess something to her about being pure. Okay? If he could send her a text message and confess something, what would he send? I'm empty. My feelings are on E. Alright. What else would he say? He would say, I think I'm falling in love with you. Why don't you ever respond to my text in a reasonable time? I wish I was there with you. Did you block me? I keep going to voicemail. And what am I going to do with you? Seriously. I smile when I'm reading. And where have you been my whole life? What would she say to him? Because I don't think she likes him too much. She would say, I don't want a relationship with you. Because you're not a good person. You're a shitty individual. Yeah, he did her wrong. This man did her wrong. And I'm afraid to tell you how I really feel about you. And I often wonder how you feel about me. How do you feel about him? I wish I would have talked to you when I had the opportunity. Okay, well, you have it now. What would you say? Whoa, that's a lot. She would say, I'm reading our text, wanting to text you, but I don't want to look pressed. I act like I don't care, but I do. I know you're not single. If you only knew how much I care about you. And I reread our text over and over again. And I love when you fall asleep on the phone with me. So I think you need to confess to her how you feel. Because I think she still cares about you. But she doesn't want a relationship with you because she feels like you're not sorry for the shit you did to her. If you could tell her how you feel about her, what would you say? I can still feel you. I don't know how I feel anymore. And I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. So you need to apologize to her. How does she feel? I still love you. She still loves you. And you've been in my dreams. One of you've dreamt of the other. Alright, so right now it looks like you need to apologize to her and you need to let her know that you care about her. Because right now she feels very alone and like nobody gives a damn about anything that she's going through. If you could say anything out of this deck, what would you say? I don't know what I had. I didn't know what I had until it was gone. Lesson learned. What would he say if he confessed to the Empress? He would say, no, You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel like I'm right where I belong. Why is he saying no? Why is he saying no? Because feeling trapped pushes me away. Please give me some space. So don't make me feel blocked in because that freaks me out. But you are the missing puzzle piece. You are the one that I'm meant to be with. But I just need you to give me some space. All right, what would she say? She would say, I miss you. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. And I'm telling you the truth. You can trust my words. And what would he say back? Thinking about you makes me emotional, and I want to open up to you about how I am feeling. Well, open up to her. How are you feeling? Stop holding back. He's holding back. Honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. So he acts, he pretends. And I want to get away from all these burdens I have to deal with, but I'm stuck right now. So he can't get away from the burdens. All right, so what should he do? Fill in the blank. You need to fucking get away from your burdens. You need to make time for this woman. If you give a shit about her, with everything I've seen her going through, you need to make time for her. She's saying, I need you. When someone says, I need you, if you give a shit, you go to them. And it's just that simple. And I'm not sorry either. You need to fucking hear this. That Seven of Swords is determined to fall off this table. It's like this person has really done somebody wrong. Alright, I want to see what this person is likely to do. Spirit said not that deck. What is this person likely to do when it comes to this Empress? He's going to go see her. He's going to have a reunion with her. And look who it is. What is he hiding? The fall. Something happened in the fall that he's hiding. What happened? Oh, wait. The cards are... Oh, wait. And the winner. This was the same thing from yesterday. Something happened in the fall and the winter. And this person developed self-love. They also developed desire. They realized they were not in their life purpose. They made a decision that they wanted to have a family. And there's Divine Masculine. With an Ace of Cups. Taking a leap of faith. Not letting anybody control him anymore. And letting things be made right. Karma, balance, and justice. He's also going to have the courage to change and make her a Venus offer. He is fixing to make her an offer. This is all being kept secret though. Okay? Alright, what's being shown? That somebody's going to make an offer. An Ace of Pentacles. A very solid offer. Like, I want you to come live with me. I want you to live with me. I want us to make a home together. I want us to have it all together. I want us to build something together. And what will be their outcome? They'll no longer be guarded. What else? They're going to have assistance from their spirit guides. And what else? Remember I said this person was closed off? There's a need for healing. Will they get that healing that they need? Woo! Did you just see that? They're coming out of that moon energy in the spring, and they're coming out of their comfort zone. And there's a very hot attraction here. Mars is involved. Outcome of coming out of that comfort zone. They have lack and doubt. All right, what are they going to do about that? That's the transformation that's taking place. They're at a distance from you, and there's going to be an unexpected storm that's going to bring transformation. Can you show me that storm? It hasn't happened yet. It has to do with some memories of the past, and what else? They're thinking about this a lot, what happened in the past. Divine timing is at play, and there's going to be a celebration. You remember that Three of Cups? And there's no longer going to be a third party involved here. So there was someone else that maybe they were having an affair with. Remember I said they're going to have an affair? That was a Freudian slip because they were having an affair. And that's why they weren't with you, because they were with somebody else. But they're going to have a reunion with you, and I'm going to find out when right now, because divine timing is at play. But first I want to find out what I can from here. What is going on here? Somebody regrets not learning their lesson. All right. What are they doing about it? They're letting somebody go. They're releasing somebody. All right. And what's going to be the outcome? That flew out. They're going to become vulnerable. Open up. And what are they opening up about? Abundance. Why? Because they have stability and they have children. All right. What else? They also have an addiction. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to take a leap of faith and interfere. And how's that going to go? You're going to show support. Outcome of showing support. You're going to set boundaries, and there's going to be trust. Okay, and what will that look like? Is that going to turn out well? That's going to be their second chance. So you are going to give them a second chance. Outcome of that chance. It's leading to marriage with no obstacles and mastering a spiritual lesson. Spirit say go one more time. There's a lot of passion here. Why are you telling us that? Because put away the computer. This is your past life love. And it's your twin flame. That's why I wanted you to see what I needed you to see. Now, I think that's about all I can give you right now, except for maybe what might be coming in the next day or two for us, as far as what Spirit has for us. What's going on at home in the next day or two for this collective? May I see, please? What good is coming our way? Boundaries. Where we have none, we're going to have some. Remember the boundaries? All right. What about at work? How is Spirit working, or what's going on at work? Your animals are here. Your courage is here. And there's an injustice. Spirit's working on an injustice. All right. Surprises. What are your surprises? You're going to be inspired. You're going to get closure when it comes to your family. All right, your love life. Love life. In your love life, you're going to get answers to what you've been manifesting or haven't been manifesting. All right, what's your role? You're unhappy. All right, what's going to be the outcome? You're going to have a friendship that's going to get transformation. All right, Why is transformation in reverse? Because of being empowered, of finding out the truth when it comes to not having a career. What's the truth? What's the truth about not having a career? Somebody had no compassion whatsoever. That's what I thought. They were being a total asshole. And this caused you to grieve. This caused you to have problems. You're going to inspire your family to have closure, surprisingly. Why are you having no boundaries? Oh, wait. You're going to have a new beginning. Why are you having no boundaries at home? Somebody didn't have good boundaries at home. Why is there no boundaries at home? Whoa. Because there's no protection at home. And you need to use your willpower. So somebody's in a bad situation in their home life and they need to get out of it. This is scary. It's scary what you're doing at home. Alright, I want to look at one more thing before we close. I know this is getting excessively long and I'm sorry. But there's something else you need to see here. There's a couple of things you need to see here. Alright, what's going on at home? Show me what's going on at home. Show me what's going on at home. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Don't forget to do those things. They mean the world to me. What's going on at home? Tomorrow I'll be here earlier when Kailash is available. And we'll do Q&A, okay? What's going on at home? I'm telling you, there's so much going on. Alright, you have shared purpose, but somebody's heart's not open. You have a future vision. An enduring love, but a painful past. Okay, so there's a lot going on at home. Do you see that? Somebody's heart's not open because of the pain that they've been through in the past. But this love can last. And you have a lot of future. And you share purpose. But you're letting the pain from your past keep your heart closed. Alright, what about your work life? Woo! That flew out. In your work life, you were not mismatched. You were in the perfect position. So what's going on? What's going to happen there? If you were not mismatched, you're growing apart because of trust issues. Okay, and what's the surprise? That there won't be any infidelity. Somebody's lost their identity because of that addiction. They're coming out of the addiction though. And love life. I'm glad we did this part. Alright. You're in this relationship for the wrong reasons with a third party. Their biological clock is no longer ticking. They're giving you the silent treatment. And they're tired of bickering. Alright, what's your role here? That's a bad relationship. Get the fuck out of that. As fast as you can. They're being avoidant. Your role is to avoid that. And what's the outcome going to be? You need to avoid that. You're going to have sexual chemistry with somebody. And money problems. So you're very sexually attracted to somebody that has money problems, is what it looks like to me. You may both have money problems, which would be really hard. But maybe you could work together and you could build something if you could both get a job doing something. Because I'm at the point where I'm going to take anything. But I can't even find that. Like, I've applied to jobs that I'm not, I've never done before, but I'll do anything. But they always want to know why you're leaving your career. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to have to sue these motherfuckers. That's what I'm going to have to do. And I'm going to. Alright, so you have to make a decision. It's your life, it's your decision, and what you want to do with it is up to you. Spirit, should they leave this person that they're with that's got all these problems? Should they get away from them? Would that be the best thing to do? Is to get away from these? I knew I didn't have all the cards. I felt like I didn't. Spirit, should they get away from the... There we go. You're going to have an opportunity. Remain positive. All right. What's the opportunity going to look like? Improving health. And yes, remain positive. All right. Is their money problems going to improve? Ask your angels and reconsider. No need to worry. Is that a yes, that your money problems are going to improve? Okay. You have to wait, but you're going to have big happy changes, and meditation brings answers. Don't stop. So somehow you're going to have some big happy changes that are coming. I don't know how. I'm going to see if I can find out. Can you show me what's going to happen with the collective's money at home? At home, you're going to be juggling, all right? How's that going to turn out for you? Your home is here, okay? All right, what about work? At work, you have instability. Is the spirit world going to help with that? They're giving it's like you're not inspired. What's your surprise when it comes to money? You're going to do odd jobs. All right, what's that going to lead to? Networking and retail. So it's like you're not going to grow there, but you're going to network and you're going to retail. Somehow retail is involved. What are you selling? That's not reliable. In reverse. What do you mean it's reliable? You're going to have the office and activating new gifts. What does that mean? Because it's in reverse. That injustice, somebody's going to help you, and they're going to do it with charity and help, and then motivate you. So it's like somebody's going to give you something. Charity. They're going to give you a charity to help motivate you. All right? And what's going on in your love life financially? Your health is here, and you're not in leadership. Is that going to change? You're going to have options. What are your options? You're planning on having comfort, but not now. It's like you're not planning on being comfortable. So you're not planning on being comfortable. All right. What's your role here? What can you do about all of this? It's like you can't work on it. Wow, that's a lot of cards. I'm going to take them. Fuck it. There's a rebel that won't change. Their money didn't come to a halt. Their soul tribe is here. They have no strategy, no angelic help, but they have their spirituality and they're a peacemaker. Why don't they have angelic help? Because of being persistent. All right. Well, what should they do instead? You need to have your real estate, and you're going to have a shift when it comes to bad luck. All right. And what's the outcome? So your bad luck is about to change. Your Gaia is here. Why are you not having Gaia? Because of exploring and not having a job. So what should they do different? Don't be patient. Lose your patience. And what does that mean? It means don't be so quiet all the time. You couldn't go to the next level, and you weren't self-made. Mistakes were made. And what are you going to do about that? You're going to get on the right path. And what will that lead you to? No promoter. What else? It's not going to be temporary. What will it be? It will be a windfall from something illegal that happened that caused you to be at a crossroads. And you're going to celebrate because somebody's going to end up in the underworld because of this. Maybe in jail. I don't know, but somebody's in trouble because of something legal that they did, illegal. Spirit, when can we expect to see a change in our finances? When will our finances improve in this collective? You're not wasting your time, and it won't be in September. Allow things to come. Can you tell me when it will be? Something could have happened last September at a special date, and when? Spirit said tomorrow when you release resistance. So it looks like your money's going to improve tomorrow, and also maybe all the way through August, from tomorrow through August. So you might get a job tomorrow, or something might happen, like someone could give you a gift, because I see a gift here. Wow, okay, for some of you, your money's going to change tomorrow. You might get paid tomorrow. Take a break, Spirit said. Anything else we need to know? Something's going to happen in 6 months, just around the corner, and something happens in the winter. It looks like somebody's going to be in a relationship, and they could have a baby. Clarify the baby, having the baby. Patience is required. The fall is here. Show me when the baby's coming. May I see, please? Not in October. In the summer. And not on a holiday. Take a break. So somebody else is pregnant in the collective, and they're going to have a baby in the summer. And not in September. So somebody's birthday or something could be in September. I don't know. All right, that's about all I can do for you guys tonight. I'm gonna see if I can give us some guidance out of here. Can I get some guidance for this reading? Because this has been one wild reading. Most of it was channeled. May I have some guidance out of this reading, please? I got one card. Medicine woman, and oh my goodness, peonia. Somebody's about to have some prosperity. Something's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, I could get my pension that I've been paying in all these years, and it could be a very big lump sum that could really help me out right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it said it's gonna happen tomorrow, and I'm gonna call tomorrow and try to get my 401k. All right, medicine woman number 28. The Earth Mother agrees to support your wants and needs to help you live your best life and fulfill your dreams. Her generosity and her power to assist you is beyond what you can imagine. She is already leading you towards your sacred life purpose, providing exactly what is needed for your soul to blossom. Just as she creates what is needed for the flowers of the earth to bloom, this is confirmation that you are on your sacred path. It may take some twists and turns, but you are headed in the right direction. and you are being supported in all ways to gain all the experiences and blessings that are meant for you. You're a wild woman. You have the spiritual gift of medicine wisdom, the healing way of the sacred feminine. This soul wisdom and healing ability comes from Mother Nature. Her seasons and weather, her landscape, and the particular life that they support, including her animals, plants, and crystals, all have their own unique purpose and healing power. Learning to recognize the sign, to feel for their meaning, to listen for guidance, and activate the medicine wisdom in yourself and your life is your training as a true medicine woman of the soul. Listening, intuiting, feeling, experiencing, trusting. These are the ways you begin to tap into and harness that grace, beauty, and power of the sacred feminine, the healing purpose. When you have your life, when you live your life from a place of playful connection, reverence, and gratitude for the divine feminine, she will love and empower you to accomplish things that you would never do on your own. She is she is an infinitely practical divine being able to help you with every aspect of your life on earth though you and through you to help others too. She is taught she is asking you to trust her, to let go of logic or believing that you have to accomplish it all on your own. Let yourself be in creative partnership with the divine feminine and Mother Nature. And as your earthly cures are provided for, as your earthly cares, I can't see with these glasses, are provided for with ease and grace, you can dedicate your energy and focus on discovering and expressing your talents, which is how you fulfill your life purpose. Place a hand on your heart and say aloud, I accept my calling as a true medicine woman of the soul, supported on all levels by the powerful grace of the divine feminine. I trust that Mother Nature is speaking to me daily, showing me the way to fulfill happiness and peace for myself and all beings. So basically, for me, what I'm getting out of this is that I need to start focusing more on my spiritual life and less on my career, because my career is shifting to my spiritual life. And it's been doing that for years. And I never should have left Miss Mary. I should have stayed there and stayed with the money that I had with her. It would have paid all of this. She's still alive. But I took a wrong turn. And we do. Sometimes we do. But even when we do, His grace is sufficient. And He did not come here to condemn us, but to save us. And He's going to save me. Watch what I tell you. Things are not falling apart. They are falling into place. Peonia number 27. This is actually a backwards progression. So it's like you need to back up a step. You are now being blessed with prosperity, abundance, and creativity. To enhance this time of joy and amplify your experience of grace, practice gratitude. Simply be happy for what you have and what is being given to you. The universe loves to keep on giving to those who are grateful and happy to receive and who give back to life from the heart with gratitude and a positive attitude. This is such a healing time for you. The healer within is awakening, and your ability to give and receive healing energy is awakening, and your ability to give and receive healing energy is becoming more powerful. Your soul connection to animals, plants, and crystals will support your healing and increase your energy to attract and create positive life situations for yourself and others. And I can't wait till you see my plants outside. Like, look at this plant. I'm just a plant person. I love plants, animals, and crystals. This is one. I got one over there. If I don't think you can see it, but I have one over here. I've had these for years. I have a money tree. This one needs to be watered. I have a money tree outside that's that big. And what I do is pretty much nothing. I don't bother them. I let them just grow. I water them when I feel like they need it. It's like they speak to me. I don't know how to explain it. But I've always had a green thumb. Okay, what would your best friend say about this whole scenario? What would your best friend say if you have one? If you don't, you should have one. I'll be your best friend if you need one. What would your best friend say? Celebrate your successes. You ain't got time for that. And I know that's right. All right. Trinkets, please, Holy Spirit. May I have trinkets, please? Trinkets, 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 trinkets. There we go. All right. I have a ring that's shaped like a wave. I have a guitar. Somebody plays a guitar or bass. I have a Dallas Cowboy star. I have a heart with fancy heart. I have a turtle. I have a cross. I have a dragonfly, of course. I have a Mickey Mouse key. You might be planning on going to Florida. Taking a trip down to Florida to Disney World. A piece of trash. I have an elephant. A butterfly. A heart with an arrow through it. I couldn't think. A palm tree. Somebody's definitely going to Florida. And then I have an elephant. So have fun in Florida. Let me see who we're talking to. Who are you talking to, Spirit? I'm going to spin one time. GLXOIWP Venus number 3. One more time. Why not? Why not? Number 12, VWFSHED, the sun. That's it. All right. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow around 11:30 a.m. so we can get this done when Kailash can help do Q&A. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing love, for showing the likes. As you continue to watch on the replay, I hope you will go out and like the video on your way out. Thank you for all your participation. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your help financially. Those of you who have reached out and sent me money, I appreciate that. It means the world to me. I hope you will be blessed abundantly for doing so. And I'll see you here tomorrow, okay? Namaste. I'll probably start doing the signs again. I haven't done that in a while. I'll probably start doing that again and seeing if we can't get this channel to grow a little bit. All right? Namaste. Bye.